Well, now I want to ask you about your experiences with law enforcement. And obviously, we've already set up that there have been some, right? So, what would you like to share about your experiences with law enforcement?
I actually have a really deep relationship with law enforcement. In our local community, we had a black area in Jim Crow that was called the Sharp End.
Mm-hmm.
The Sharp End was 600 homes, 400 businesses. It's gone now. They
Okay.
demolished and tore down all of it and created projects.
Okay.
They did that in 1,600 economic centers in the United States out of all the 20,000 cities in the US. They wiped out all of our black economic centers just like Tulsa. They did it systemically between 1918 and 1921 during Red Summer. They wiped us all out. We don't know about this story yet. We know about Tulsa, but we don't know about all the other ones because they did it systemically. And the law enforcement or slave patrol or the executive branch or the police were very intimately connected with it. And in our local community in the Sharp End here, the police couldn't even come into the black area. They had to ask for permission and be escorted in with a community liaison who
I
actually
remember
explained
hearing
to the
this from another brother. Yeah, I saw another brother from St. Louis shared this with me, and I was like, for real? And he was like, seriously? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
saying they didn't come into our communities. We escorted them and we asked them to come in and we explained to the situation and they took the person away. They had the medical charts. You know, we it was a very nurturing process when we had a village,
Mm.
but it wasn't conducive to. So during those economic centers, during those black centers, once white folks start coming into our economic centers, once white women and white kids board wanted to come and connect multiculturally with us because we had the best music, we had the best, party. I mean, we had the best more soulful place. Once they did that, they systemically wiped out those communities, and the officers were the entity that was used to facilitate the corralling of Negroes into the Jim Crow areas, and even now through gentrification in St. Louis, Delmar is the line.
Mm.
On this side of Del Mar, $1 million homes. On this side of Del Mar, it's the hood.
Mm.
And so you got that line in every single community where you got the black hand side or you got the black side of the black community. And so you know where the red lining is. And so that particular place, when you go to any community, you'll see the police station right there next to that black community.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm
And
familiar.
and you'll see that the city and the county and all of their buildings came from those black communities' land. And I have all the proof of that. So my relationship with law enforcement is different because I have all the data. And I'm one of the ones that when it comes to the mantra of defund the police, what I'm telling them is if you cannot stop violence, if you cannot stop the vengeance, if you cannot police us, take away the funding from that, put the funding into our own communities because we're already policing ourselves. You invest that into us so that we can have the funding, which is our own money, to
Mm-hmm.
create our own systems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I mean when I say defund the police. So, but I text. I'm pretty cool with the local police chief. I'm cool with
Yeah.
a couple of the chiefs. I'm cool with a couple of the officers. I'm
Yeah.
cool with them because they scared of me because they know that if I get anybody to say, hey, this officer did this, I'm going down to the station and be like, hey, we want to file a formal complaint.
Mm-hmm.
And we going to the Citizens Review Board and we going to protest. So what's
Mm-hmm.
up? Ain't no deboing in this community. So, but a lot of communities don't have that. They killed Nip just because he was trying to go meet with the police chief to stop violence in the community. They sent shitty cuz to go kill him from the officers and to assassinate this brother on his own land because they knew they couldn't have guns and weapons because he was a felon. And he still ain't went to court.
Wait,
And that's Nipsey Hussle.
I know. You're okay.
The
Wait,
office the
who had him
officer the
killed?
officer the officer set him up. But again,
Okay.
that's not public knowledge.
All right. No, but I mean, you got to realize I'm here, right here in Southern California. So,
That
you
that's
say
not
that,
pro,
and I'm kind of like,
but
what? Wait, what you say? Because
but just
let
because
me
he
just
was
tell you
going to
this
meet
that
the
I know.
police chief.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Yes,
tell you
ma'am.
this.
Yes.
Here's what I do know, like how you were saying he was gonna meet with the police. I do recall that he was actually creating a he wanted to create a way so that violence, like you said, could end. And I won't say that he was trying to mediate, but he was actually trying to create programmatic change in the
Right.
community and economic change in the community that would then almost no longer necessitate the need over time for police. Is that about right?
That's right.
Now that much I know. So I got to tell you, even though I don't advertise my little conspiracy minded, but as
Yeah.
soon as that happened, I was like, okay, wait, hold on. I mean, red flags went up right away. So that's why
Right.
when you're talking, I'm like, oh, okay, no, I'm like legitimately interested in what
And
you're,
Idris,
yeah,
and I was connected to these brothers and Idris, and we was talking before then. But one of the things that he had said was he didn't have, even though he was able to make impact and change, he wasn't able to make it systemic or make it
yeah,
or to franchise the idea because he couldn't get access to capital and funding
yeah,
and assistance. And so
right.
he was making that move to get institutional help to
Mhm,
advocate for that community.
mhm.
But there are certain individuals in community who only get paid off, who only thrive off of chaos.
I got
And
you.
that's
I
normal. And
already
that's
know.
normally people that use narcs, people
Mhm,
that use people that's keeping all the BS going in the community is normally the officers and detectives.
uh-huh. Yeah, I got you. I'm not, I'll leave it to my listeners to go do some additional research if you want. It's not a deep
It's
rabbit hole. You go look and you'll find what is being
right.
alluded to here. But anyway, thank
But
you.
you know, I take it, I don't take it for granted that I have access to, a lot of the top leaders. I mean, they're all on my phone. I get
Mhm.
national leaders on my phone, but I don't, we don't contact each other like that. It's more like
Yeah,
when there's something in community,
yeah,
they know who to contact, we know who to contact, because at that certain point when it's all of us,
mhm.
a lot of the divisions, should fall away,
Yes,
but they don't. But you know, I'm one of the people that no matter what, I stay in the conversation. So I
yeah,
could not like your ass and still be in the meeting. We ain't
yes,
got to get along, but I'm gonna still be in
exactly.
this meeting
Right,
if somebody needs to be there.
right. You are solution oriented.
But a lot of people, if they don't like people, and this is in many communities, they just check out. And I understand it. I understand. I wish sometimes that I could just check out and not be conscious of it and not care and not do it. But that's between me and my God.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you.